god! Oh! Oh my fucking god! Oh! Oh! Jesus fucking... Oh! No! Get the camera! Mommy! Mommy! Oh my god!
Dear 343, do not fuck this up. I can't stress this enough when I say this. Halo Infinite has to be an amazing game or I'm done giving chances to 343. I am very passionate about Halo because it has been a huge part of my life. It is my favorite gaming franchise and I love every game. Every game made by Bungie, of course. I started playing Halo when I was 7 years old, thanks to my brother. Halo made me feel like such a badass at such a young age. When my mom asked me if it was appropriate for me to play it, I said, "Yeah, you dumb bitch, get out of my room." I'm just kidding, Mom, I love you. Nowadays, it's really hard for me to love Halo. I just don't understand how 343 screwed up Halo as much as they did. They had everything to continue Bungie's legacy, but Halo is such a huge mess nowadays, I don't even know where to begin. And I think everything bad has been said already about 343's Halo series, but I'm going to try my best not to be a dead horse throughout this video. I think my biggest pet peeve with 343's Halo is how much they want to separate themselves from Bungie's Halo. I understand that they want to make Halo their own series, but a lot of changes and add-ins were completely unnecessary. Now, I know this is a very minor thing to talk about, but for starters, listen to 343's intro music when you start up Halo. Now let's listen to Bungie's. There's a huge difference. They didn't just change the intro music when you start the game, you also have to listen to Halo 4's title screen music. Because in Halo 5 they went back to the original one, but Halo 4 they tried to make their own spin on the title screen music. Now, let's listen to 343's title music in Halo 4. Now let's listen to Halo 1's title screen music. How in the world did they think this was better than this? I'm not looking at the full title screen soundtrack, I'm just comparing the first 30 seconds to each intro soundtrack, because I doubt a lot of players spend more than 30 seconds in the title screen unless they need to get a bag of spicy nacho Doritos, the best Doritos ever made, don't at me, before starting matchmaking. Now I do have to give 343 some credit, because when it comes to graphics, Halo 4 and 5 are stunning games. I mean, just look at this scene from Halo 4. But at the same time, it seems that this was all 343 was focused on doing. And this was made fairly clear in Halo 5, since 343 allegedly needed to get rid of split screen so that Halo 5 could run at 60 FPS. Now, this was such a dumb move, not only because they removed one of the core pieces of what made Halo great, but Halo 5's campaign was squad-based. It seems, though, 343 needed an excuse to add Team Osiris and Blue Team into the game. And the only reason of having Team Osiris and Blue Team was to have a 4-player squad-based campaign. Speaking of Osiris and Blue Team, let's talk about all the characters added into Halos 4 and 5. These are the only characters I'll ever care about in a Halo series. And here's every character 343 added into the series. I don't know if these characters were added so that 343 had an excuse to make live-action films and TV series, but these characters are worthless. I think Forward Unto Dawn is a solid movie, but that movie was only made so that we could be shown Lasky's backstory and how he knows the Master Chief. Spartan Locke, a main character in Halo 5, was introduced in Halo Nightfall, a TV series I didn't even watch, and then he was put into the beginning of Halo 2 Remastered. And when I saw him, I had no idea who he was. But I was just happy to see the Arbiter again. 343 even brought back Bucky, which I was happy about. But Bucky was an ODST the last time we saw him. But now, for some reason, he's a Spartan. If you want to read about why he's a Spartan, be sure to pick up a copy of the book Halo New Blood and find out for yourself. For the casual gamer who's going into these campaigns blind with no knowledge of expanded Halo lore, they're going to be completely lost. These characters shouldn't be introduced in movies, TV series, and books, but instead introduced in the game. Just look at how they introduced Sergeant Johnson in Halo 1.
Not a drill.
Man, we let those dumb bugs out to the middle of nowhere to keep them from getting their filthy claws on Earth. But we stumbled onto something that's so hot for that they're scrambling over each other to get it. Well, I don't care if it's God's own anti-son of a bitch machine or a giant hula hoop, we're not gonna let them have it. What we will let them have is a belly full of lead and a pool of their own blood to drown in. Am I right, Marines?
Sir, yes, sir!
Damn right I am.
Johnson's character is made fairly clear to any gamer when watching that scene. And now look at how Lasky is introduced in Halo 4.
Afraid we're gonna have to give you an IOU on that welcome home party. Tom Lasky, First Officer of the Infinity. Never thought I'd see you again. Who are you?
This doesn't even scratch the surface of the amount of characters Halos 4 and 5 added into the series. They also added Sarah Palmer, Linda, Kelly, Frederick, Holly, Olympia, Didac, and Orn Eternal. Now, Halos 4 and 5 also have pretty terrible stories, but that would take way too long to get into, and I want to move on to both of the game's multiplayers. Now, in my opinion, I think the main thing that needs to be addressed is Sprint. Sprint just does not work in a Halo game. Even Bungie should have known this before adding Sprint into Halo Reach. And as much as I love Bungie, they're really fucked up. Because then, 343 felt the need to add Sprint permanently into the game. Then, in Halo 5, they added Spartan abilities. You could ground pound, Spartan charge, hover, slide, and dash. For me, even though I didn't like it, I adjusted pretty easily since Advanced Warfare had basically the same movement. But for the casual gamer, this is just way too much to take in. Multiplayer needs to appeal to the hardcore gamers and the casual gamers. You need to have a balance. Because even though I love playing the hardcore playlists, I also love to hop into the casual gameplay with my friends and just playing a regular game. Just give us a ranked competitive playlist like in Halo 3 when they had an MLG playlist, and a casual playlist that has the game types like Big Team Battle and Infection. Now I know in Halo 5 and 4 they had this, but it was really annoying because they kept switching them in and out. And no Spartan abilities. If they want bubble shields and all that stuff, just do what they did in Halo 3 and have it be an item to pick up. Now for Halo Infinite to be good, it just needs to go back to the basics. Like for starters, for the love of fuck, just put dual wielding back in the goddamn game. The campaign has to be played through Master Chief. The only other character I'm fine playing as in a Halo campaign is the Arbiter. And I don't care what you have to do, just create a whole different story and just forget everything happened in Halos 4 and 5. Now I'm sure there's plenty of things I've left out, but that's mainly because I'm lazy, so I try my best. Also be sure to buy my new merch, the Make Halo Great Again hats.